For 31 years of my life, which is pretty much all of my life. Actually, to say 31 years, no, 31 years is probably pretty accurate to the month, right? That's how long I've been around racing. Now, I know somebody in the comment section is going to be like, yeah, well, I've been around it for 35, 40, 50, 70. Don't give a how long you've been around it, because I've only been around for 31 years. And for the 31 years that I've been on earth and involved in racing, there is one thing I can tell you about the sport beyond any other, and that is the majority of the people that are associated with racing are in the pits, drive the cars, and I love them all, baby. I love them all. Most of them can't take a joke. They have no idea what sarcasm is. They can't comprehend it. They don't like it. I don't know why that is, but that's just the way that it is. So a lot of you were introduced to me yesterday for the very first time. The very first time ever we were introduced, you and I. And you were introduced to someone who is riddled in sarcasm. It's like my favorite thing in the world. It's the only way I know how to do business. I like jokes. I like to make jokes. And I like to make jokes about serious situations, or not serious situations, serious situations that people think are serious. That's just who I am, baby. That's what I do. If you ever come across one of my breakdown videos, you can guarantee it's gonna be jokes. It's jokes. It's only jokes. Just joking, you know? So a lot of people came into those videos yesterday and were like, this guy's gonna be serious. And then they watched the videos and they was like, you serious, Clark? They didn't really understand. So, and if anyone gets that reference, please hit me up in the comments down below. I think it's important that reference gets identified. That's what I'm trying to say. I have a crick in my neck and it's cold outside, so the rest of this video will be done from the couch. And now that we're here, I would like to say that, so when I make a video, I know who my target audience is. I appreciate the people that can understand a joke, and I also appreciate the people that can't and feel the need to comment, because you help the algorithm too, baby. I sure do appreciate that, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, just keep those. I like your negative comments too. I sure do appreciate you, whether you comment good or bad. I love each and every single one of you. When I say that at the end of all my videos, I sure do mean it. I sure do. Sure do mean that. But back to the matter at hand. We have a couple of things from that video that I may not have known yesterday, or maybe I did, and I didn't want to put it in the video, but here we are. So the first thing I want to say is, in yesterday's video, I said that GR took out Ashton, or was trying to take out Ashton. I don't walk away from that. I still think in turns one, it's tough because Ashton was throwing choppers that I didn't pay attention to, that I missed because GR was the aggressor, and that's sometimes the punishment of the aggressor. So GR fell victim to that. But was Ashton blocking pretty hard, and cutting off GR? Yeah, but is that a crime too? Or are you just defending the lead? That's always been gray to me, so I don't know what to say about that. I just say this. When it comes to who's at fault for the on-track stuff, I say 50-50. I would say GR was driving extra hard for some reason on laps 1 and 2, and Ashton has a series of events that have led people to probably not race him as nicely as they would somebody else. Now, when it comes to the pit stuff, I would say GR's probably the smartest one of the whole story, right? Because GR didn't go to jail. And that's where you don't want to go, right? You know what I mean? And I can hear the comments to that. Oh, you coward. You didn't want him to fight. He didn't fight. Why would he? Why would you fight over a $10,000 check? Is that ultimately that's what the fight's over? They both thought they had a chance to win. They both thought the chance was spoiled by the other person. It's $10,000, baby. That's it. And now you're going to go to jail and catch charges over $10,000. That's it. So what did you lose? Because you didn't ever have the $10,000 in your hand. So let's look at what you actually lost. Some bent sheet metal. Maybe at the very worst, you might have knocked a rear clip in a little bit. But that's at the very, very worst. And we're fighting over that. That's racing, right? And that kind of goes back to what I said about the amount of people in the pits that can take a joke. Now, I don't think there was any joking going on in that situation, but it kind of lays into the hardo mentality sometimes. That being said, it's also never cool to hit someone under caution. Take care of it under green, but under caution, I think that's low down, dirty, and cheap. So another thing that I said yesterday in that video was that no one knows who the orange guy is. He's ultimately irrelevant, and he is still ultimately irrelevant. I could have assumed, and I did assume, that he was associated somehow with GR's camp, right? Why would a random guy get in the way of that fight? You saw my two favorite characters, Mullet Man and the unit. They didn't get unusually involved in that. Thank God, especially on Mullet Man's side, because that mullet has powers. But, like, they didn't get unusually involved because they weren't associated with it. I knew Orange Shirt Guy and GR were somehow intertwined. I don't care. I didn't care that he was a T-shirt guy. I didn't care if his name was Tommy. I didn't care. I don't still care about that. But what I will say is the fact that he is the T-shirt guy tells me a couple of things. First off, it's weird that he's the T-shirt guy. The T-shirt guys usually, the T-shirt people in the T-shirt tents or the T-shirt trailers are like, they're typically like wives and girlfriends, right? And I don't know, it's just, when I found out it was the T-shirt guy, the T-shirt salesman, the merchandise guy, it tells me a couple of things, right? Like, so that man deserves a raise, dude. Like, I don't know what he makes in the T-shirt trailer, but I would say he hasn't done a real good job up to this point. If you're the marketing guy as well, maybe you just sell the T-shirts, maybe you're not the marketing guy. But I honestly, up to yesterday, had zero clue who GR Smith was. Zero. I may have heard the name farted around and whispered, but I have never in my life, I did not know who he was. And I probably could have went the rest of my life without knowing. I knew Ashton a little bit because I've heard his name, on Flow or whatever a few more times than GR's. I don't know that I've ever heard GR's name, ultimately. If Orange Shirt Man was doing the merchandising, maybe he could sell a few more T-shirts, or make a little bit more effort there. But when it comes to defending your guy, he deserves a raise. Like, I mean, I don't think there's many. It's hard to find someone like that. That dude handled business on behalf of GR. GR has stuffed him in a T-shirt trailer to deal with the public, which is a miserable job. Nobody wants that unless you're just like a social person, and then whatever. But nobody wants to be in the T-shirt trailer. You want to be in the pits. You want to be working the tires. You want to be, something to do with the car. Nobody wants to be in the T-shirt trailer. And this man was like, you know what? I'm looking for a promotion with GR Motorsports Company or whatever. And I've been looking for this promotion for so long. And then here comes Ashton Winger, and he's like, I'm going to show him today. I'm going to show GR today what I can do for him. I'm going to show him how much I appreciate being a part of this company. And then throws in one of the greatest trips I've ever seen in my life for GR. It's kind of crazy, right? Like, it's crazy. The dude deserves a raise. He either deserves a raise or like a different position. Because unless you're keeping him in the T-shirt trailer to prevent theft, which I'm sure he's good at, right? If he's that able to throw down in the pit, I can't imagine if you try to steal a T-shirt from that man, give you one of them, you know what I'm saying? So that guy, he either deserves a raise for being in the T-shirt trailer, or he deserves a promotion to a different, whatever position he wants, because he's the most down for GR. Where was the people in the trailer whenever Ashton's dad came with the hammer? Where was that at? Where were those people at? The people who are around the car and stuff should have probably like been on guard, but they weren't. But you know who was? The T-shirt trailer guy. He was on guard and he handled business. Where was everybody else at? Also, why was the T-shirt trailer guy out of the trailer and not selling T-shirts at that time? Maybe they'd already wrapped it up. Maybe they do it before the feature. I don't really know how that works. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is whether you like him or not, whether you think he was the aggressor or not, whether you think he was in the right or not, you need a T-shirt guy like that in your life, or just a person like the T-shirt guy in your life. That dude was down. I don't have a friend in this world that would do that for me. I don't think. Most of my friends, if they saw someone running towards me, they would run with them. They would run with them like, yeah, no, we'll get him together. We'll get him together. I got some history with him. We'll do it at the same time. That's just the way that is. So GR has a friend indeed, and that tells me a lot about him that I didn't know. To close up this video, I just want to say, stop fighting people in the pits at racetracks. No one comes out of that looking like the better person or the good guy. If you're the fighter and you're like the aggressor, and you beat the heck out of the dude, right? Like you show him, I think you have all the risk in your hand. One wrong hit to the head and that person goes out forever, and then you're in prison over what? Over what? What are we fighting for? I think there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned argument. Tell each other how you feel about it, then move on. But we out here fighting with weapons. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And apparently Southern has had hammers and shovels and whatever. Stop fighting with weapons. Stop fighting, period, man. What are you doing? What are you winning? That's all I got. I love each and every single one of you. I appreciate you watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give me all the hate or give me all the love. Either way, channel up to the moon. I love each and every single one of you, but now I gotta go.